I'm wide awake. You guys have never seen my eyes so wide open, wide awake. Let's hope none of these moths, sometimes they're attracted to the light. And having a mango, excuse me. I don't know. Well, I had a great evening, but it started out good. The day started out real good. I walked, I was on my treadmill for quite a while. So I kept walking, feet kept hurting, having a mango while am I up late eating. It's a mango. I went to an event and I went pretty late because my foot started to hurt. So I had to take some medicine before I got there. And took me a while. I was waiting for it to kick in. Then I had to wear really flats. I couldn't wear any heels, flats. Who cares to know? But anyway, so after I was there for a while, I noticed something. It's Marvella. Hi, Marvella. What are you doing up so late? Ortega. Oh, it's been a minute. How are you, all my international people? So I was on my treadmill today because Nemo, life as one. You know, when I look at it, I want to say life as one, but life as one. Guys, oh, you're working on Restream. What are you doing? What are you work? Are you working out the kinks? Are you loading stuff? Marbella, forgive me for eating, but I went to an event and I was on the treadmill today because Nemo. Oh, guys, I had to tap the screen because this is it's just YouTube. It's not Restream. Oh, you're loading. Do you have the free version or the version? Aflac, is that Aflac? Christina Nolan, God loves you. Two random kids. Can you be my mod? Two random kids. So I was on the treadmill today because Nemo 504 was doing a 1000 challenge. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to walk on it. 3 hours later, soaking wet. I did it. I did like 1009. It was just like time to get off. Did my, excuse me, my stretches. But I flared up my heel spurs. And Christina said, God died for all our sins. Thank you for sharing, Christina. Tiny tornado. Hello. Hello. So it flared up my heel spurs. And then the president from one of our missions called, the mission called and said, hey, there's an event. Are you able to go? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't plan on going anywhere. But then I'm like, it's like a fundraiser. So Marvella, you would know, right? It was a scholarship thingy. And it was really nice. You know, young people getting scholarships and so forth. And I'm like, okay, they're saying they're starting at 6, but it really started at 7, something like that. Man, the heel spurs, I stepped down and all I heard was, I heard, and Marvella in the heel, the right heel, Lord healer right now, in the name of Jesus. I have wooden floors and the doctor told me do not walk on floors barefooted. But I had to take my shower, ran downstairs to get something, and I think when I stepped, I flared up, and the heel spur was flared up. And of course, I don't want to take the medication that they gave me. So I decided to, I'm going to go to the event. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get there after 7, the latest 8 o'clock. Because, usually these events are going on. And I can only give them maybe 2.5 hours. But anyway, I got there, I decided, and so I ended up wearing flats. These are some, who's this? Sam Eldman. And they're a little soft. So these are really nice. I love them. I hope I can get some more. But I had to wear flats. Look at the heels. And I had this is like a jumper thing. So, yeah. And so that's what happened. So I got there after 8. Everybody was already in there. I got there just in time for, you like my grass? You like my grasses? Yeah. And so the heel spurs kicked in. I walked in, and there are other people at the table. And I was like, you know what? I should have just stayed home. But no, I went, showed my face. And it was very nice to see young people, a lot of engineering students. Let me tell you, males and females. And some of them are studying forensic medicine. A couple of them are going into engineering, and they've already gotten accepted into the engineering. And so it was pretty good. Cassie Kitchen Creations. Hey, I have a few videos of yours to watch. I see you got some new stuff out there. So yeah, it was very nice though. So I ended in the flat sandals and my little outfit. Oh, guys, you want to hear something funny? So anyway, now we're sitting at the table. The doctor, it's his church. Actually, he's one of the best cardiologists in the state, if not this country. He's very smart. I used to work with him, extremely smart. So it sat at their table because, we're supposed to represent the table. And they're clicking pictures, loading it into the mission's WhatsApp so they can see, we're representing and everything else. And then the lady came and something, and all I kept thinking in my head, do not drop that salad. Do not drop that fork on me. Do not. And guess what happened? She put the salad, and I was there with the fork, and I don't know what happened, but my fork just fell right on my outfit. I was like, I kept saying, I didn't want that. You're working on a vegan one as we speak. Oh, that's nice. Oh, definitely going to share that. Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know if I told you that Cassie Kitchen Creations with a K, that I went to my doctor and she was like, whatever you're doing, keep it up. Vitamin D level, the highest it has been in years. A1C, the weight is still there. I'm like, Doc, I know you're not going to give me the nip and tuck, but what about this white Obi stuff, this Ozempic stuff? She's like, you don't need no Ozempic. I was like, okay. I'm always messing her with that. But I didn't want to go on that. I mean, if people have to go on that stuff, it's okay. Cracking me up with glasses and hair. You know you're a nappy little head. Sky Welder, you're so naughty. You are so naughty. Leave my glasses alone. Somebody's grandma and somebody's auntie. Leave my glasses alone. That's the thing when you do this. Casey, inspirational. Listen, Casey, man, I listened to you. So I was leaving the event, and I stopped by a few lives, and it was like, Casey, you were still on. So when you came on, when you posted your stuff that you were going to be on, I clicked it. So that's when I was leaving for the event. So I'm telling you guys, it was after 8. I'm leaving the event. Guess who's still on? Casey Inspirational Tales talking about girl in the body rider. I was like, no, not I love the Lord. Casey talking about batty riders, the Daisy Dukes. So I listened to you, Casey, driving home. And I was just praying to get home because people were like on the highway. I mean, I haven't been out this late by myself. And they were racing each other. And I was like, Lord, just get me home safely. Get me safely. Thank you. Yeah, put Sky Wilder and make him be of himself. Yes. They understand, man. Yeah, I like it. It was a nice live. This morning, I don't know why I thought I saw you, Marvella, because while Nemo 504 was doing that 1,000, burning 1,000 calories, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And when he was finished, I was only at 300. And he made his protein drink. So I thought I saw Marvella on. Were you on, Marvella? I turned on the television, but it was there for a while. So I don't know if it was a replay I was watching. So anyway, guys, I'm like, I gotta get home. But oh, you want to hear something funny? Thank you, dear. So listen, I just ate some mango. You know, now it's stuck in my tooth. So I gotta brush my teeth and floss. I'm wide awake. So yeah, now the moths are gonna come. They're gonna be attracted to the light because I have no overlight. That's the problem. So that's what now. So me went into the place, me dress up, you know, hot stuff. Shoulders, I show shoulders and everything. Going out of place, walking, limping a little bit because I took one of the medications they gave me for the spurs. I didn't want to take any cortisol shots or anything like that. So me, I'm walking out of place now, feels me look nice. Oh, okay. So Marvella is good with that delete button. So listen, I walked to the place and I'm taking pictures of everything. So I'm taking a picture and I'm like, why does it look like I have my purse on my shoulder? Because it's a little cool. Guess what happened, guys? My jacket was on backward. It was inside out. And so, and I had already posted a few of them. So this thing, I had it inside out. I was like, what in the world? I think this lighting may go in a second here. Let me see. Something is about to go. Something is about to go. And we can't afford to let that be the case. Hold on there. So the jacket was on. Oh, yeah, but it's black. So I don't think nobody really. Where can this go? Give me a second here. What's this? Is it from the can't see me? And I can't still see me? Me say me hear Casey I talk about. Get on that battery right. I want the DJ call. You almost make me, Casey, you almost make me backslide to rotted. Me say when me hear that, me say what Casey know about them things there? Eh? She's gonna say, you don't think I grew up in Jamaica, Sharon? This thing is overheating. Girl in the battery right. So when I grew up, right, why I couldn't be a dance hall girl, because my dad picked us up right after. He would leave work. So let's try this one. Let me try that. Try this one. Let me see if that can work now. Sure. Me like the light off. So back in the listen, the 80s and the 90s had the best music. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, girl. She's a man eater. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. She gonna goes out at night. Oh, praise the Lord, Sister Marvella. Minister Marvella is up in here. Kissy, where you have me? Oh, everything just went into the dark. Everything just went into the dark. I tell you, Jesus said, cut that out. Marvella was like, yeah. God was like, all right, no, you're not. You're not going to be calling my name and up in here singing. Marvella, you laughing? I'm up here singing. Oh, here she comes. God was like, We are not doing that tonight. God was like, listen, listen. And there was light. Marvella's laughing. It was like, yeah, you don't play with the spirit of God up in her, up in here, up in here. But anyway, somebody had on the clothes backwards. So now see me now. I tried going WhatsApp to delete it because my clothes, thinking I was cute. You know, next thing I know, next thing I know, clothes on backwards. So anyway, so there I was listening to Casey coming home. And I rolled on home and thank God. I was like, I want to go somewhere, just have some tea or something. I'm like, nah, I'll go home because we're out here. Listen, after a certain age, 10 p.m. is sleep time. 10 p.m. is like time for me to sleep because phew, trying to figure out how all of this is working. Guys, give me a second here. Because this is it getting too warm? No. Oh, with the light off, it's not going to be. So guys, guess what? I got approved for my membership. And I'm like, we're all trying to be members with everybody. Now we are members in the body of Christ and members in particular. Now we are, is it now 2 Corinthians chapter 12. Now we are in the body of Christ and members in particular. I think it's 2 Corinthians chapter 12, 27. That just came up. Yeah, so all of us here are having our, what do you call it? Our membership and so forth. So I'm looking to support a few people. Where was Sharon when the screen went out singing, man eater? And Jesus said, oh, no, you don't. Marvell is like, yeah, you don't play with Jesus up in here. Next thing, he don't want you up here singing that stuff. Listen to me now. So it gets even better than this. So sitting next to my left, I love Marvella. Marvella is so cool. I was like, Sharon, we know you're great. You're going to sing that song, but we know you love God. Who used to watch American Bandstand? You remember, of course, there was Soul Train. Hey, one of my glasses missing. Who moved it? I have that thing. See, I can talk about 5 different things at the same time. I have that thing with you put all the China and those things. I think, guys, I'm going to donate some of this China stuff. Yes, I used to like to watch American Bandstand and then peace, love, and a whole lot of sue. But the dancing. Oh, oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you're so fine. Convergent. Hey, girls just want to have fun. Oh, girls. That was my dance. Everybody did the dance. This was the dance on American Bandstand, right? That was the dance. But on well, he already turned the lights off. But he'll forgive me. But America. So let me finish telling you guys. Girl, Soul Train was so long ago. Yeah, but they still have it on Instagram. Sometimes people play, they like. Did you know Vivica Fox was a Soul Train dancer? I don't remember seeing her, but she was. But who remember always this Asian girl? Look, she used to dance, and then there was a guy who would do this. So now they're doing Where Are They Now? And I'm like, okay, that's nice to know. Information that you may not need now, couldn't use it at a later time. But yeah, they said she was a Soul Train dancer. Somebody else was on Soul Train. Who was it? Oh, he's a comedian, Alfion Crockett. He did. You remember they used to put things on the board, on the Soul Train board, and they used to put things on it. Yeah, cool. But yeah, I liked both of them, and the good thing was that you got a chance to see them. And all these years, I learned that they were lip syncing, especially in Soul Train. That wasn't live, supposedly, allegedly. They're saying it wasn't live, and that's why you saw all the lip syncing. It was lip syncing going on. And what they would do with that show Have any of you been in a live audience of different television shows? You know some of the songs, Casey, inspirational tales. I keep telling you these things here. What do you call them when I put the light on? Because when we open the back door, they come in the what do you call them? Mots. You remember them song, the Casey? Oh, Casey's Kitchen Creation says she remember. Yeah, that was they're saying it wasn't their real the real music. But I always would like, you know what? I want to do a soul train line. Leave me alone. That's what I keep telling you guys. Don't leave the screen door. Don't leave the door open because they're gonna come attracted to the light. Oh, I don't want to fall. I already went somewhere with my clothes on backwards. And oh, so I didn't tell you guys. So sitting to the left of me at this event, it was a church event, and they were giving out scholarships to all these kids. Amazing. A lot of them are going into engineering. Engineering. So I love that idea. And that was so nice. Tickets were like $150. Listen, I'm a board member, and they needed folks to show up there. And so usually that's how we support. And so sitting next to me was really nice lady. She had the short haircut, a size 14 and a short haircut, really nice lady. And we were there talking. And when I figured out with the pictures, the selfies that I took, and I said to her, I said at the table, oh, my goodness, my clothes, my jacket was on backward. She said, no problem. Just turn it around, turn it around. And she said, if you don't tell anybody, they won't know. I was telling her, I already put it in the WhatsApp group. But anyway, I was like, yeah, so I took it off and she helped me with the jacket. I have this little thing on because it gets cold. And if not, I would be all, guys, up easily. So later on, I said to her, so have you been to this event before? She said, oh, it's her church. I said, oh, okay, so it's your church. And I said, what do you do there? I don't know how we got talking. But anyway, I found out she's the one who plays the organ. She was, she said, oh, I play the organ and the piano. I said, what? So guess what they went to play? Casey, they were playing Barry's Hammond. So I said to the church lady, very nice, with a nice haircut, nice glasses, nice everything. I said to her, you know if we play them tune there? She was so sweet though. She said, actually I do. I said, you know how to play some Barry's Hammond? She said, yeah. I said, you know I'm coming to church to see you, right? And she laughed. And I said, just when you're on the piano or the organ, just do a little reggae and you'll see me over there bopping. And she laughed so hard. She was cool people. I like her. So yeah, I'm gonna go visit the church. She promised me she would play a little bit. Their church is from I think they only do the most is 2 hours. I said, only go to church for 2 hours? I said to her, my Pentecostal is from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on a Sunday. And she said, no, we don't go that long. So as long as she play a little Barris Hammond for me, a little reggae in church, you'll see Sister Sharon go boop, boop. And as long as all the lights don't go out. So that was nice. What else? They had like a silent auction, and they give you something to put it up. I refused it. You know why? Have you guys ever been to an auction? Well, I went to an auction some years ago. I think it was I've been on, other events, but to sit in a real auction, and well, this wasn't like expensive anything. It was just like furnitures. You could go like when they get those cars and stuff in state, and don't ask me where I am, but yeah. They you could go get the stuff in this auction. So I saw this really cute at the time. It was a bedroom set, and I said that was for our youngest, and I said, I want that bedroom. And so when the person and a few other things were bidding on. And so the other person was like, he put it up, and I was like, okay, we're getting it. It's 300. 400, 350 or 350. And I get mad. I put thing up, and the man put him thing up, and me put my thing up, and he put my thing up. And then he said to me, can you stop doing that? His dad were like, can you stop doing that? I was like, why? He said, you're going to have $100 for this thing? I said, because he saw me put my hand up, my thing up, or the thing, whatever they call it. I put my thing up and he keep putting his thing up. And I said, you see that? A Chewy see me, what me wanted. I'm going to show him. And then I almost took one of those things, but I left it. And I ended up, and he said, if you go say you're going to buy these things, you got to pay for it. You're going to be in trouble. They're going to kick you out. I said, well, he have business because him see me put up my hand first. And I got stuck with that furniture, so I never went back. Queen Alchemy, how are you? All the amazing people are up tonight. Tonight, you guys are all amazing. Yeah. So that was my last time at auction. So not knowing that sometimes in auctions, do you know there are people who are supposed to instigate that to get other people to bid, Yeah, so I didn't know. I I failed. I failed the test. I actually failed the test because I was just trying to prove a point that I put my hand up first, then he put his hand up, and yeah, that was my first time being at an auction and my last time being at a real auction. So I kind of stay away from them because it's a tendency to do that. Yeah, it is what it is. But it was a really nice event. I'm happy all these young people are choosing to go into engineering, the sciences. One young lady wants to work with for that boys, the FBI. She wants to study crime and why people commit crime and all of that stuff. I was like, go girl. A few are going to Howard, and a few are, different places around the country. This is why it's important to invest in young people. One of the organizations a few years ago in our area here, a lady that she would always, to keep the young boys out of the street and the young girls, she started a dance group with them. And every time she was having something, or if somebody's having a concert, she said, can my girls and my boys come and dance or whatever? And the boys, they would do the break dance or the whatever. I'm always doing a robot, but something like that. And they would do their dance. Well, it happened that one of the young men, listen to this, guys, ended up working. He works for the Pentagon. And that to me is saying it is worth investing in young people. This was a few years ago when I hosted their event, maybe a little bit before the pandemic. But she started a dance group, and all of these young people have gone on to college. One of the young ladies, she interned for me at one of my events. Like sometimes too, you can mentor them, and she would do SAT classes, so many other things. She is now doing her PhD when I saw her online, and so things like those, it makes me want to work harder and sometimes I have to tell people, you just want to invest in them. When I saw in that room so many who have already gotten admitted into these colleges and for what they're going for, it makes me want to, I think everyone in that room felt it, to invest in them, really invest in them. And not just the money, but also the professional development, how they carry themselves, how they speak. Because these young people, they were very assertive, well-spoken, and they just, yes, somebody has been working with them. And so that's one of the things that when our children go away to school, young people, it's not easy for them. And when they're very bright, also, even in the workplace, there are those who really target them and bully them as if they don't belong. So we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to really support our young people. Find ways, guys, I'm telling you, even if you hear a little scholarship, $5, $10. Sometimes too, the best way, one of the best things you can do is to find where the scholarships are, and then tell some of the parents to tell their young adults, or you can't call them kids anymore, high schoolers, because at least I mean, I can tell you, I would find the scholarships, the information, and if I gave it to maybe 5 people, maybe only 2 will apply, which is not bad, but I just found that a lot of people were not applying for the scholarships, and they are there. They really are. And it just takes some research to find out where the scholarships, because many of the scholarships, there's a young lady I just saw where she had over $1 million, $1 million in scholarships, right? So Cassie worked with a lot of students. So I wonder, how do they go about getting scholarships for what they do? So yeah, we can find out, where they are. And even if you can't support it, just like say, hey, I heard about a scholarship here, maybe so and so can apply for it. And I'm going to tell you, not all of them will, but there are going to be those who will. And that's another way of contributing, because yeah, we need to really definitely invest in them. Most students will not apply because they have to write the essays, and that's it. That's it. Oh my God, Cassie. I'm telling you, they don't want to write it. This young lady who got the $1 million in scholarship, she created a spreadsheet. And she said, I applied. Maybe if we Google it, TikTok it, Google it, YouTube, you'll find it. She received over $1 million in scholarships. And you know that some of that money is going to go back to her. And so she said she created a spreadsheet. She said by the time you get to 11, 12, or 13, you can switch up things in your essays. So she created a spreadsheet on how, who she went, what it was about, who it is, the date, blah, blah, blah. Did she hear from them? And she looked at what it is that they want. And so, and that's the thing. What is this thing about writing? And sometimes it's more like they just want to, of course, they're going to look at the grammatical and all of that stuff. But yeah, they don't want to write it. And that's why most, it's not like they can't get the scholarships. They just don't want to write it. And Casey, inspirational, so true. That's what helped me on acquiring. Wow, that's nice. Most students will not apply because they have to write essays. Cassie and Casey, the people name, it took me a long time to get used to, right? Yeah, so that's the thing. It's there, guys. It is there. And I'm telling you this, our children are, when people try to say, my eldest, one of the things she did, she taught high school, Miss Cassie, she taught high school math. Yeah, she did. And she worked more what people call inner city, and then she worked in really wealthy area. It's a school where she went to high school, and they act for her. Maybe they wanted a little whatever. And one thing she told me, she said, children are children. She said the only difference is their income bracket. Would you say that's true, Casey? Because she said they're children just like everybody else, but they what do you call it? She said it's just their income, and they have the same issues. Sometimes too, the parents are working, and I can see, man, teachers, God bless teachers. Math, science, and reading are the best for most students. And why is that? Geez, let me tell you guys. All right, so I came here when I was 11 going on 12. And when we were in school, I don't know who else here. Well, I went to school in the Caribbean. And at that age, I had to take my exams to go to high school. You just didn't walk into high school like that. You had, what they call them, CXCs and different things now, your A's, O levels after a while when you're in there. And so I used to I had lessons after school. So after school was finished, we still had after school. Casey, yes, I did my exam, Inspiration, yes. I'm learning to appreciate that too. I find that mature student behave like the lower grade students too. Yeah, and yes, and also the income bracket. They're all the same. Some of these kids in that school, Some of the, oh gosh, where's the, this is embarrassing. If I turn on the light, no, gonna come. You see it? Listen, let me, these things, you open my gate and everything come in. Most of these kids were like, she said, Mommy, one girl, she had a bowling alley in her house. Another one, they had a birthday party and the dad shut down a restaurant in Times Square. So, so those are the kinds of people, families that own malls and stuff like that. It's just like ridiculous, kind of crazy money, crazy stuff, right? And then now graduated, went on to college, come back and taught math, and they came and recruited her. And so now the thing is, it's the same, you know. She said they're the same. The children are just that their income brackets. And also, a lot of these children, you know, with their moms having to work or dads or all sorts of stuff. So, I mean, I know nurses, and especially nurses, just respect it more, man. May I tell you? They need to, yeah. And for me too, you know, when I thought about it, so I used to have lessons. Hey, Casey, they still do lessons? Because after school was finished, I would do lessons. So after school was finished, we went to school again after school. Just the income, yeah, man. So do they do lessons in Jamaica? Like after school, you take lessons? Because that's what they used to do. So at age 11, at the time, I was going to Malta in Montego Bay, but then September, I was going September and had to leave for July. I left the country at that time in the late 70s. So, yeah, so and my thing is this, how do we get them to get interested in reading and writing and math? Because supposedly boys are supposed to be better at math. And I also think that when we read to our children, it helps, and have conversations and let them use their imaginations. Because I used to love to read, but then I had my own thoughts, like what it looked like and all of that, and the excitement of it. And we need to bring that back. Because one of the nonprofit, we had people who were like engineers, accountants, lawyers, all of that. They mentor, and that's why it is important to give back. Many of us, we have these degrees, we think that we don't have time, but it's you know, we need to give back. And if somebody, like, listen, somebody wants to start a profit, just spoke to one of my friends, and I won't say much, but what she got, guys, what she got and was approved for, it's like, and all she did was figure out what was going on, what was needed, and they wrote and requested the grant. Give me here. Let me see, because I don't think any other lights gonna come on. I need some water. Hey, hey. And I can't take my thing off. But anyway, there's nothing going on here. So, yeah, the grant money was there. It's huge. It's a huge. Can we say huge grant? Extra lessons, yes. That's what I'm saying. The adults don't like to read either. And wow. Oh, is it that they don't like to read? I mean, they're able to read, correct? Because remember years ago to have Jamal. Remember Jamal? That was in the 70s. They used to call Jamal. Do they still have that? See, I remember all of that stuff because I knew adults who benefited from it, and they just don't like to read. Oh my gosh. What, them think it boring or something? And these are the educated people? Them don't like read. Is it the book they don't like to read, or they're just not interested? Wow. Oh wow. And here they, they teach English as a second language. And we should be thankful that we're able to, actually, your comprehension. Now, that's the thing. What is the comprehension? Because when I came to this country and they give me A, B, C, or D, I was like, remember, we had to write essays, guys. I don't know if they still do it in Jamaica, but when they gave you a question, whatever the question is, you would have to write an essay for it, for the answer. Here, when I come here, they were like A, B, C, or D. I was like, so what I would do, it would take me longer to finish because I was writing out the rest for all of the answers. And then they were like, one of my teachers said, you don't have to do that. You just need to choose which is the correct one. But it was very hard to do that. Cassie's kitchen creation is Cassie's with an apostrophe S, kitchen with a K, of course, and creations with a K and an S at the end. Some students cannot read, others do not like to read. I think they're dependent on technology too much. Now, you see, that's where it's in a, some students cannot read. Boy, that one there, especially when they say students cannot read. How does that happen? How do they advance to the next group? Remember they used to have hooked on phonics? I saw sometime last year they were running that commercial again. We need to get hooked on phonics or something. How is it they can't read? I always wonder. Yeah, and even with me, because after a while with math for me, it was when I really focused on getting into math. And I remember when I went back, for my nursing degree, and we had to do a math class to get into medical math. And the funny thing is, the irony of it, medical math was only 1 credit. And I was like, I'm going to learn this thing. And then math just ended up being like a game because there's just different ways to get to the, it just being just super awesome for me, and ended up loving it. And then the teacher made an announcement. Oh, one day I'll tell you guys about that. To move to tears. Okay. Cassie is saying, schools are so focused on numbers, they just pass the students. Boy, may I tell you, them have to know rat, cat, bat, and they say, see Dick run, see Tom jump, oh, with the ball, and all of those things. So I think reading to them is important. The reading is it's important, and understanding how to put words together. Things like those. Okay, thank you, Casey. Yeah, you've been up all night, girl. It's so how much o'clock in the morning? Probably 11:49 out there. Up here, it's midnight. It's past midnight. So I am too going to hop off. But thank you all for stopping in. But yeah, I had a wonderful time. I love seeing our young people and that we can support them and support initiatives off these scholarships, make sure that we're giving back. And I'm seeing how important scholarship is. I'm seeing every time I sit in the midst of it, I just see it like, yeah, we need to continue doing this. We have that for our medical mission. We mentor young people, not just only into medicine, but most of them are in the healthcare field, right? And so what we did, well, the doctor, she wanted to, because that's how she got through med school, and she graduated with her MD and PhD. And she said the mentor of the program was the one who helped her and told her what courses to take. So when she's graduating, she's not overdoing, because there's some courses that will overlap into the next one. And she was able to graduate MD, PhD. And so she said because she had a mentor who would tell her what classes to take and then to talk about things. And so she created a mentorship program for our young students. And last year we were have about 21 of them at the Black Tie event, got them all sponsored. And this year we do a golf tournament with them, and just like top golf, no, not the big tournament. And we were able to get quite a few of them to sign up, and also they were assigned a mentor. We're looking for people who are willing to be mentors. And listen, you gotta give back. Gotta give back. As he said, in present day, scholarships and fellowships are very important for students to be able to continue their education. Absolutely. And we're seeing that also when I would ask these nursing students, what's the difference? What's happening? It's just that, and that's it. Many of them have to work. They have to work. A lot of our students, they have to work, so they're tired. They may not have the support that's needed to to even fill out the forms, even to understand it. So it's important, man. The more I think about it, it's like, yeah, we have to find a way. Her name Harriet Tubman. She found a way. We got to find a way, and only we can get our people. Not say our people, but our young kids to see the importance of it. And I could see that mentorship it's 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 important because, like I said, these young people, oh yeah, they were well spoken. They were very, they carried themselves, so you could see that they were working with them. And so that's another part of it too. They had a lot of professional people around them. Grants have been cut, little to no funding is available. Oh yeah, yep. And yeah, a lot of people who were going for the PhDs and stuff like that. Yeah, that happened. And they were just like, everything was like, nope, nope, nope. And she was just about to finish up so she can go, and she submitted her, finishing up the project, and then should have been defending it in spring. Well, spring has already sprung because you know what, cut everything. But the dust is going to settle, and it's not going to stop us. We're not going to stop us. But guys, thank you all so much. I'm gonna clean up my skin, brush my teeth, and get ready for bed. But it was an event. And see my lighter turn off again. Oh, here she comes. Watch out now. Oh, here she comes. Oh, those two weren't even talking. Did you know that? Have a good evening. Yeah, I think they had some little out. All right, everybody, take care. And I appreciate you being here. Don't forget about our membership, our super chats, and all of that good stuff. See you on these YouTube streets. Take care now. Bye-bye.